What's good, YouTube? You rocking here with the 2/3 of the cool geeks. I'm Rod Showtime.
And I'm Jay Brooks.
And we missing our partner, JoJo Blaze here
Blaze
for today.
Out today.
Yeah, he took a little sabbatical.
Called in sick.
Let him know he did not have no sick time. It's not covered by insurance. Ain't no PTO, ain't none of that. So he gonna get fine. He gonna take out his pay. But right now, you guys are checking out our review for Matrix Resurrections.
I
think
Matrix.
It's the 4th installment, right? It's been
technically, yeah.
And what?
4th installment.
What was the last one? Like 20 years ago? No, it wasn't that long. It wasn't that long.
I know the first one came out in 1999, and then I think the other ones came out in
05. I think it was. I think it was about 05, 06.
I think the last two actually came out in the same year.
Or was it 03?
Do you know that though?
So yeah, you might be right. It might have been 03.
Maybe.
They had like a lot of production, stuff in there. They had like, Gatorades. Everything was green. I remember when that came out back in the day. Everything was green. Green Gatorade. They had the 3D chips with the Matrix logo on there.
Oh, yeah.
All of that, man.
Definitely.
It was Matrix overload. So it was kind of crazy to see this one come back after all this time.
Yeah. So before we get into the actual review of this, let's talk about our opinions on the original trilogy.
The original trilogy?
Real quick, yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that.
So, the first Matrix, I love the first Matrix.
Yeah,
that first Matrix was fire.
For sure.
When it first came out, it was kind of revolutionary.
Yeah, I think so. We never saw anything like that first time. That type of suggestion that the whole world could be simulated in a way.
Computer program type of thing.
Yeah, and the way they did was just so epic, you know what I mean? So the martial arts, the philosophies behind certain things, a lot of biblical connections and stuff like that. So
you just get plugged in and you learn something instantly, how to fly a helicopter.
Even at that time, it was complex. I feel like it was very complex. There was a lot to understand. A lot of different fan theories came out, spawned off of that. And then you had a few years later, dropped 2 and 3. What was it? Reloaded and Revolutions. I believe.
Yep.
And that's when it was just Green Central.
Yeah, those movies, those two didn't go over as well
as the original. Yeah.
But
I liked them. I think we all could agree, even for that time, there's a lot of CG.
Yeah, it's
I don't think technology was up to par for.
In my opinion, I think they progressively got a little worse.
You think so?
With each film, the first one was the best. The second one was okay, and then the last one,
I could agree with that.
I mean,
I could agree with that.
Had
if you're
moments.
Comparing them, if you're comparing it to the first, to original, as they went on, it definitely was a downslope. And I mean, we'll talk about our opinions on this new one as well.
That Neo and Trinity though, classic icons.
Like I thought Morpheus in there too.
Morpheus, yes, definitely Morpheus. Lawrence Fishburne.
Had a lot of stuff spawned off that. They had the Mandela effect. I don't know if y'all know too. Look at the Mandela effect with the Matrix.
Yeah.
That's a little homework for you guys. That one was kind of cool. But I think they wrapped up the original trilogy nice. If they left it there, I would have been fine.
Yeah.
I did feel...
I would have been fine, too.
Spoiler, if y'all haven't seen it, I'm sorry. It was like 10 plus years ago.
You should have seen the original trilogy by now.
But, or if you haven't seen this one, my apologies. But I feel like I always felt empty how they left it with Neo dying. I know it started off the Matrix back over as all reset and it had to happen. But I felt like the decisions he made and even the decision to go save Trinity instead of ending the war, I thought that was going to change something for him to be able to still end the war and have his cake and eat it too.
It just broke the kind of loop that they were supposed to be in, I guess.
Yeah,
He was the one for being the one person that did that.
Yeah, I get that.
So
I get that. You always want to see the hero win, especially
of course.
Keanu, man. That was my boy. You know what I'm saying? Neo is the one I want to see that one. I want to see my man win. So see him dragged away by the machines, and then that big cliffhanger. We don't know what happened until 2021 and December 2021, and we get to see the new installment. So man, let's unbox this thing, man. What you think, man?
What do you think? So I liked it. I mean, I know it's gotten a lot of hate.
I think we
from
both,
a lot of people, but I enjoyed it actually. I don't think it was too bad.
You would be in the minority, and I'll probably be in there with you because all the bad reviews I heard just from acquaintances and even some critics, I'm just like, man, this thing's catching a lot of flack. I don't know if I want to watch it.
Yeah, I was feeling the same way.
Put it on, no expectations, and lo and behold, I thought that movie was fire, I didn't think it was like fire, but it was good.
It definitely doesn't deserve all the hate it's getting.
No, by no means. I feel like you have to understand the trilogy and then also
of course
look at this through a new lens. This is a reboot. This is something that's going to spawn another trilogy. Also, you got to find a way. The production had to find a way of including people from the past and including that fan base, and then also feeding it to a newer, more livelier, generation.
Yeah.
So, times have changed.
Yep.
So in this one, it seems like they kind of dropped the philosophy of, the meaning behind the whole Matrix and stuff. There's still some hidden meanings. Don't get me wrong, because they still had to connect some things in there. But I feel like it wasn't as heavy. It wasn't as technical as the first three.
Yeah. No. It definitely seemed less complicated, like storytelling wise, than the original trilogy.
Mm-hmm. That's the vibe I got.
It was a little more simple, but yeah. I mean, I thought it was a good time, and there's supposed to be more of these, so
yeah,
I think
it's a good setup. They start this movie off and Neo's back in Thomas Anderson's body and reinserted him back into the Matrix. I like how they did that, how they tried to cover up basically everything he did in the first three movies.
That whole meta feel was real cool, how like it was a video game that he made.
Yeah.
The whole trilogy was just that video game. And, he was the game designer and everything he went through in that game was just something they released for other people to play.
They disrespected it. They said, you ain't do all that. All that you did was for nothing. We gonna sum it up in a bullcrap ass video game.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't bullcrap because he was still famous in the world.
Oh, yeah.
For creating the greatest game of all time,
Definitely.
pretty much. So even then, they couldn't cover up too much. But I just like how they excuse me. I like how they re-rolled all the characters.
Yes.
I like you see Morpheus. Yep. Morpheus is no longer Morpheus.
Yep. Everyone has a different role now.
Morpheus is the agent. Like we never got to see so this.
Speaking of Morpheus, I'm sorry.
We gonna do this now?
Speaking of Morpheus, why not?
Black men always gotta die first, huh? I got it. Black men gotta die first. All right, fine. Let's get on.
Like, what was your opinion on Morpheus?
I hated Morpheus in this movie, bro. Morpheus is by far the lowest baseline of this whole movie. He was the biggest downfall, the biggest pitfall. I did not like how they reimagined his character at all.
I agree with that. He didn't mean much in the movie.
Not at all.
In this one, I miss Lawrence Fishburne though.
Lawrence Fishburne was definitely missing from this movie.
If they found a way to bring him back, I think it would have been a little better.
Was it scheduling issues? Was it contract issues?
I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely dropped the ball with that one. Because, it couldn't have been anything. Him and Keanu was just in one of the John Wicks together, right? So, I feel like they definitely dropped this Morpheus he's not as much of a leader.
He's not as charismatic.
He tries.
Yeah,
he tries.
He tries, but
comes off very cheesy. Very, he's got, even his suits and everything he's wearing is very flamboyant.
Yep.
Very loud, very... He wasn't doing all that in the first. They all had a certain tone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he might splash that with a little purple here and there, but it was still some dark undertones in there and stuff like that. This man, I don't know. He looked like he was about to go to the circus or something. I can't tell you. He was on the runway. He had a man purse. You ain't see a dig to the little man purse. No, let me stop playing.
But I guess that could be their point too, like how different the Matrix could be with someone else kind of in control too.
True.
So.
Oh yeah, your boy NPH.
Yeah, Patrick Harris.
That's my guy.
Yes.
Yo. Why is he good at everything he does, yo?
I don't know.
Yo, that's my guy for real.
He definitely has a certain charisma about him.
I think he nailed it in his role. He was like, that was like the pseudo. They called him the analyst in this one, right? Was he the analyst? Because he played the part of.
I don't know if they used that name, but he was
Thomas. He was the
therapist. He was
Thomas Anderson's therapist. He called him the analyst a few times in there.
Okay, yeah.
I think he's kind of like the pseudo architect now. I guess the architect in the last one is now the analyst.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see him portray that. He got the wordplay for it. You know what I mean? His vocabulary is nice. I like the way he put things together. So that's MPH, man.
Yes.
Yeah, the analyst. Yep. Yes, sir.
I was very happy to see Niobe back, Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh, Jada Pinkett, man, I had
her makeup done
I
up,
recently saw a video of her putting the makeup on. All that, man. It looked like it took some work, man. 2 makeup artists doing it. They did a great job because
it was pretty good.
Even though you could tell it was her, I still had to be like, is that her? Like, did they really get her back? I hope she did.
I could tell by her voice though. Like, she definitely sounded like her. So.
Oh no, yeah, it was definitely just an initial shock at first, and then
I like that callback though that they brought her back.
What about the chick who they got the new characters in there? Bugs,
I love her. She was
cool.
Colleen Wing from Iron Fist, which did not do well. A lot of people didn't like it, but I liked her character in that show.
She did a good job.
I got respect for her.
She did a great job of like her character kind of portraying her own character, but also you kind of put her in like the audience's standpoint because she's like in the beginning she's seeing the opening of the movie the exact same way we're seeing it. We're like, oh, this happened last time.
Yeah.
Small little tweaks here and there. So that was cool how it opened up. They kind of used her as the audience point of view.
Exactly.
And how things unfolded.
Yeah.
She was like kind of almost like your pseudo Trinity, even though they had a little
I
baby. I don't know what that other girl was in there for. I don't know what she was. The other girl who was like Trinity's like.
Yeah.
She was like looked up to Trinity so much. She was like not her protege, but
yeah,
she had nothing to do with it.
She didn't. She was just a crew member.
Just a regular.
Yeah.
Maybe the next one. So
yeah.
we'll see what's
Maybe.
She had the little hairstyle, put up like Trinity and all that. I don't know what she was there for.
Who knows?
That
But
probably really makes sense to me. But Bugs.
That new Agent Smith though, he did a good job.
What is my boy
like that
name?
guy.
Oh,
Jonathan Groff.
Yeah, Jonathan Groff.
Something like that. Yeah.
He played. He did a great job.
He did pretty good.
For standing there for Hugo.
He's very sinister.
I feel like a lot of people
in his performance. I liked it.
I feel like a lot of people wouldn't like him because Hugo. They wanted him to reprise his role.
I did miss Hugo Weaving though.
But I mean,
he's definitely missed.
Maybe there's a theory he might come back. Who knows? This Smith's supposed to be trying to get to a perfect form. So
it's the Matrix. They could do anything.
Who knows? But for what he did, I always give actors extra credit when you're able to play your character playing someone else's character.
Yes.
That's like a double layer. Man, I always find that part, man. I'm always amazed by that part. So for him to do what he did and still give you that vibe, he did a great job. He gave me a little bit of Terminator vibes too.
Yeah,
a little bit of like T-1000. What's the liquid metal one?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't remember the name, but
he gave me those type of vibes a little bit. Every time he came on screen, he was like, yo, where's this dude coming from, bro?
Yeah, that was cool. My girl Priyanka Chopra was in here too for a little bit. She was it was a nice callback to that little girl that Neo met.
Oh
in the first
one who was making the sunshine.
Yeah,
the one met in the train.
Yeah,
that was.
She was kind of like their what do you call Oracle type of role.
Mm-hmm. She did a good job.
But yeah,
I mean,
Sadie. I think
we go back to the synopsis
Sadie,
of it.
right?
They basically put all these characters back into a new Matrix.
Yeah,
and it's re-rolled all their characters, and they try to do little things to cover up their former lives. You see Neo's now the game designer. You got Trinity. Trinity has a husband.
Yep.
She got kids now. Like this whole time Neo's going to the same coffee shop looking at her. He's writing things about her, making the whole game about her. And he finally gets the courage. Well, his best buddy goes over there and fumbles the ball, trying to get the courage to talk to her. And then she got kids and a husband and all that like that.
Now, speaking of Trinity, the whole movie is really about getting her back, releasing her from the Matrix, and getting her back in touch with Neo because he's obsessed.
That's one part I heard people gripe on as well. People wanted more of a in-depth story, but they got to understand this is a trilogy. They got to start somewhere. So I don't mind them spending the whole movie.
Yeah,
trying to get Trinity out of the Matrix. That was the basic aim of this.
I didn't mind it either.
They freed Neo. Neo's finally outside the Matrix. Took some convincing, but he's finally back outside. And he sees Trinity on his way out. He gets out the pod. They take him up just like the last time, just like in the first one.
Yeah.
A little bit different. They have him held in a different spot, but he sees Trinity and he feels like, hey, man, I got to go back for her. The whole time, that's Agent Smith's plan is to set him up, have you come back and get Trinity just so that way, you fall right into his trap.
Yeah.
So,
the other issue people had, too, I think, is like Neo is not what he was supposed to be. Like, he's not as badass as he left off in the trilogy. He's kind of like, regaining his powers again. He's
getting his baby legs again. Yeah.
Yep.
What'd you think about the decision? Would you have, because there was a scene in there where Niobe, she takes Neo, she imprisons him because he wants to go back into the Matrix and get Trinity. But if he does that, he risks the whole new civilization it's not Zion anymore. I think it's called IO.
IO, yeah.
Yeah, new Zion has fallen. Zion went through the whole thing, and it's now 60 years later. It's called IO.
Yep.
That Niobe is in charge of. And what would you do? Did you stand with? Would you go back and risk that whole place to go get Trinity?
I would have. Yeah. Yep. I would have left.
Yeah, you'd have.
I would have left too.
Why you leaving, bro?
What else? What else is the point of your life?
We
just go back to the Matrix.
We got strawberries and shit now. We can make steaks.
I'm all for taking those risks.
You taking them? You risking a lot of people's lives.
I know, but it's
the whole new civilization.
She got rebooted the first time. It get rebooted again.
The last time you took a risk, meaning in Neo, he went into Machine World and thought he did what he did and ain't do nothing.
Yeah,
ain't do nothing.
I know, but no, it did help. Because he questioned that in the movie, too. He's like, what did I really do before? Like, nothing I did mattered. And they showed him that he did help.
I mean, yeah.
With all the stuff he did. But I would have done it. What you would have done? You went back to the Matrix and stayed?
Man, I ain't taking no dang red pill. I'm taking the blue pill. I'll stay there. If I'm rich, especially if Neo, like, I'm the game designer now, I'm keeping my blue pills.
Yeah,
Neo.
but you could tell he wasn't complete. He wasn't happy in his life.
I don't need to be out there in the real world wearing that fake Yeezus and holes in your shirts and all that. No, I'm good, bro. Keep me in the Matrix, bro.
But
I'm
your
rich.
whole life though, it's meaningless. Like in there, he didn't feel whole. He was miserable. You could tell.
Ignorance is bliss. That's what your man said.
Okay, Cypher. What? Was that his name? Cypher?
Yeah, Cypher,
right? In the first one? Get out of here.
Nah, man, you know I'm going to go get my chick, man.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I would kind of feel bad of, like, stealing her away from her husband and kids, though.
But they were programs.
Yeah,
they were just
programs. At the time, but they didn't know that.
I thought, man, it's crazy what they were doing in that movie. The whole little swarm effects.
I know, it's like zombies and stuff.
Yeah, that's joint look like World War Z. Motherfuckers jumping out the building.
Yeah, dive bombing head first into the ground on them.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And then what else you got? So by the end of it, Neo goes ahead and he saves the day as usual. He goes ahead and gets Trinity back.
Yeah, they get him.
And I guess the whole premise of it was that once Neo is not just the one.
Yeah.
It's not just a singularity. It's also
they had a special connection. So like
Trinity,
whenever they were near each other, like things would just happen, and like I guess the architect was using them as like a power source for the Matrix. So he needed Neo and Trinity in there together.
Yeah.
To power the whole Matrix, I guess, because the power they have within them.
The greatest power.
But yeah.
The greatest power, I guess. I mean, maybe was it the love? Was it code already written into them? I mean,
yeah.
They haven't gotten too deep into that yet, but I thought it was cool how by the end of it, they finally touch and that power shows itself, and they end up and they're at the end where there's not only the one, but there are now two.
Yeah, they're both kind of the one.
They're both the one. You see they're going in there kicking NPH's face off and all that, and she can snap her fingers.
Rewinding stuff, yep.
So it was pretty cool to see,
Trinity ends up flying. She can fly now, which is pretty cool.
That's going to be dope. That's going to be dope to see where they leave off with that.
Yeah.
A nice little fly. I mean, that's how it ended, right? Them two flying off.
Yep. Yeah.
Holding hands. She wasn't just she didn't just hold his hand and he was flying. They were both flying. I believe. I
guess.
It seemed like it took him a while to get his powers back by the end of it. So
I couldn't tell at first. It seemed like she might have been holding him while flying.
I'm betting.
Hopefully he can fly again.
Yeah, I'm thinking they both.
He better be able to.
We'll have to find out for the next one, man.
Yeah, but I mean. So
it's time to rate this thing.
You want to give a score? Yeah.
Let's rate this thing.
You go first.
Me? Oh man, you whack. Yeah, we're not doing no pluses and minuses. So
no pluses and minuses.
As far as this being a reboot, I'm staying open-minded. What they did with bringing the old audience back in, including some of the new audience, I'm not gonna hate on this movie. I'm gonna give it. I want to say C-, but we don't do that.
What you thinking?
So I'm gonna do. I mean, I want to say C+. I'm gonna go with B.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
With B.
I had the same issue. I was between a C and a B, and I'm staying hopeful.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with a B too.
Staying hopeful. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I think we both on the C side of the B, but
yeah.
The
low end of the B's. Yeah.
Matt, what'd you think about it, Matt? You giving it a C?
Matty too cool over here.
Matty too cool said, it's a C-rank movie. Oh,
you're gonna give it a C?
All right.
2 B's and a C?
Matt, give me your biggest downfall in the movie. Biggest downfall in the movie, Matt. One sentence. Who was it? Morpheus? Was it the story? Was it the cinematography? Was it the action?
It was your least favorite part.
It didn't have that much action.
The story.
The story? I'll get you on the story. They could have been the story. We're going to stay hopeful, though. Like you said, hopefully it's a trilogy.
I think the story, though, I mean, it was pretty interesting, and I think it can go to pretty interesting places.
I like the story.
Yeah.
I thought they did an okay job. Besides Morpheus.
Yeah.
And the action.
Besides Morpheus. Yeah, a little more action. I mean, I know Keanu's getting a little old, but...
he looked old on them wires. He looked old on them wires.
Yeah.
But it's all good. We waiting for John Wick 4.
John Wick 4, yeah.
We're going to wait on these new Matrices.
It just got delayed, by the way, a year. So that's
he had to film Matrix number 6. Number 5.
Yeah.
5 and 6. But Listen, man, we'll be here covering the rest of those, man. Y'all stay tuned.
For sure.
Hopefully next time y'all see us, we'll get the third cool geek back. We'll see what's going on.
Oh yeah, yep.
Like I said,
he'll definitely be back.
It'd be a little dock his pay. We want dock his pay. Y'all can give him hell in the comments. Where you at, man? Where you at? But it's all good. Until next time, man. Y'all make sure to like, comment.
Until next time, like, comment, subscribe.
All that good stuff.
Yep.
All that good stuff. I'm Rod Showtime. Hold on. I'm Rod Showtime.
I'm Jay Brooks.
We're the Cool Geeks.
Cool Geeks. Out.